Hey family, thanks so much for joining me. So I wanted to bring you another video, a reading. Um, One thing that I think, I definitely want to put the disclaimer on here. I love to just start in the middle of the video, but I don't want to do that to you. Just sometimes hit the ground running. So this is a timeless reading. It could have already happened for some of you, could be happening now, could happen in the future. Take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not fit, don't try to force it. Sometimes I'll say divine feminine and I mean divine masculine. Sometimes I'll say divine masculine and I mean divine feminine. So apply these terms as they make sense in your situation. If you would like to work with me on twin flame stuff, getting into union, staying in union, working on the union, upcoming dates, upcoming interviews, attracting the love that you want, the riches, the abundance, the wealth. If you want to attract the success that you want into your life, the peace, the ideal weight, if you want to attract, in general, the love that you and the life that you desire and deserve, feel free to reach out to me. My information is in the description below. And I would love to talk with you to see if we would be a good fit to work together. Trying to think if there's anything else, but I think that's it. And if I need to come back to it, I will. So let me get into it. So divine masculine wants your undivided attention. And this is something that came up. I did another video as well on this. It's important for you to, people talk a lot about love languages and stuff like that. It's important for you to have your emotional tank full, is what I would say, or get even your emotional bank account full. Energetic, or like emotional currency is what a lot of people call it. So you want to be getting what you want, and you want your partner to get what they want as well. Now, some people, don't care, and they just want to get what they want, and it's pretty selfish because they don't care what their partner gets out of it. They don't care if their partner becomes a better person. They don't care about none of that stuff. They just want to have what they want. And that's not fair. If you put that out there, you will get it back. Just be mindful of that. So, and you need people who love you around you to tell you the truth about this stuff, because no, that is not right. You get everything you want. No one else gets anything. That's not even the way the world works. You get what you need, everyone else gets what they need, and it works that way. So making sure that both of you have your emotional bank accounts full, or your emotional tanks full, however you want to think about it. Because if, say, for example, you asking your partner, well, what do you want? Is there anything I could get you? And they're just not telling you, they're denying the information, or they're not showing you, they're not saying you're hot or cold, they're not doing anything to indicate that you're red, that you're hitting the spot, or, yes, you hit the nail on the head. Yes, you got it. That's what I like. That's what I want. And if you keep asking, they don't tell you, then it's not really your fault. You have to consider, do you want to continue in that? Because you might be frustrated forever with the person who just ain't communicating anything about that stuff. Now, on the other hand, if you ask them, and then they do tell you, and then you just proceed to ignore it and just do everything you want to do, that's not going to work out either. That would be the same thing if you told your partner, I I like acts of service. I like help me out around the house sometimes. Help me fold the laundry. Help me do this. Help me do that. I like, maybe you like hugs. I like hugs. And what they do for you is keep doing other stuff, totally the opposite of what you said. And they show total disregard for what you want. Then that's a different thing. So just consider, you know, it's important because a video came out recently, and the doctor's name was Dr. Zadia Khan. And Dr. Khan was saying good girls can go bad because, and I think she's on point, that good girls can go bad when, you they get nothing. Same thing with good guys. They could go bad. You get nothing. You get nothing. You get no compliments. You get no, the person doesn't tell you look nice. The person doesn't, show you any affection, no attention, no words of encouragement if that's your love language, or no physical contact if your love language is physical touch, or no acts of service if that's whatever your love language is. You tell them, you try to show them, this is an example of what I would like, and they proceed to just ignore you and they don't give it to you. And you're saying, well, then why am I with this person if, all they do is just disregard what I want, and they do whatever they want, or just random stuff, and it doesn't really matter. They're not learning, whatever it is. And that's might be another situation where you want to move on to someone who is going to, but that's the thing. If you let it, if you allow it to, if you even know what's going on, because sometimes you be in the middle of a situation like that and you have no idea what's going on. So when you do get your bearings, when you do get back to your senses, sometimes it's so painful for you. And so it's been such a traumatic experience that you really don't know. But there are times when you can catch it early in the process. And I think it's important to go into a situation with a person thinking about it that way, that, you just discover, maybe you discover each other along the way, or you straight up ask, hey, what do you like? What's your, you know, love language? What do you like the most? And maybe the person might have to even take some time to think about it, which is fine, because maybe nobody asked them that before. Maybe they don't know. Maybe they didn't explore it. But if they do think about it and they come back to you and they say, hey, I like this. I like you to do X, Y, Z. And then you do that, and you're like, oh, this is the best partner ever. They light up and they're there for you, and they do the stuff that you ask them to do, all of that. It's showing you that you are helping them to keep their emotional tank full. Now there's parts of it that, they do themselves, and you the same. You do, the same for yourself. But in a relationship, if you're not, you know, working as a partnership, it is difficult for it to thrive, let alone survive. So just keep in mind that, and I'm not justifying, I would never justify cheating and stuff like that. But what I'm saying is, it doesn't make sense that a person is totally deprived and then you expect them to still be faithful, be the perfect partner, and never go astray and never leave you and never none of that. That just doesn't make sense, unless there's no way that you can meet um, any need or want when it comes to someone's love language. Then there's something else to think about. But it's important to just keep coming back to that. Are you getting what you want in the situation? Wouldn't you want to get what you want? Okay, well, why don't you help the other person to get what they want? You get what you want, they get what they want, and it can work out. But it would be difficult, like I said, for the relationship to continue, to survive, to thrive, if no one's getting what they want. You're just hanging on, you know, and you're being completely selfish about the situation. I would say that it's not going to last. It's like feeding a person once a year and expecting them to thrive. And oh no, we got this marathon, we got these triathlons coming up. Why don't you come on and do it? And there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. You might not make it if you only eat once a year. So that's you don't get any sort of energy, any form of any sustenance. You know, you might not make it. So just keep in mind these things. I would say that I'm talking about. Just make sure that in your relationships, whether it's friendships, whether it's romantic partnerships, whatever it is, that you're being mindful of that too. And you're thinking about the other person and what you can do to help them to keep their emotional tank full or bank account full so that they can continue to give back, continue to want to invest in the relationship and all that stuff. And, I think, like I said, if your partner is not giving you any indication, not telling you or showing you anything, or they're not willing to share with you anything about currency, like what fills them up, then I think you need to revisit that partnership and consider whether you want to stay in there, because I don't know if it sounds like they would be setting you up for failure. Um, all right, so I'm going to sign off. Thank you so much for joining me for this. I will bring you some more videos soon. Looking forward to bringing more videos on other topics as well. But I think all of it is focused on spiritual stuff. So just keeping in mind, that's another part of it too. The spiritual aspect of it, that you don't even want it to work sometimes. It's not going to, it's different to release than it is to just not try at all. So there's a big difference. All right, so thank you again for joining me. I'm going to bring you some more videos soon. Thank you. And happy lightning fast manifesting. As always, talk to y'all next time. All right. Bye for now.